Alright, this is some Star Wars news. You may notice that I released the live-action Ahsoka news video before this one, and that news is a little bit late. It was just so that this video made a little bit more sense. Now, you don't necessarily have to watch it to understand, but just in case you don't know who Ahsoka is, watch that video first. Besides that, I have news about the Cassian Andor live-action series, the Mandalorian live-action series, live-action Ahsoka series, some of the mini comics coming out for Star Wars, and more.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
Alright, I want to start by talking about The Mandalorian Season 2. While filming has stopped for it, it is currently in post-production. We're not quite sure if it's going to still premiere in October, just because of everything that's going on right now in our world. It's a lot understandable if it doesn't come out in October, but there are plenty of other studios that are working remotely to get things done in post-production. So if you're worried about The Mandalorian Season 2, we're probably going to see it in October, but of course we can't say for certain until Lucasfilm comes out and goes, so let's talk about some Mandalorian Season 2 rumors. Apparently, Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be in Season 2. No idea what her role is. It's most likely going to be a cameo. There have been leaked photos of her around the set, but not enough where it makes it seem like she has a big role. Not sure why these photos and leaks are coming out now after filming has been wrapped, but I guess we're all a little bored being in our houses. So that's why this sort of thing's happening. I really like Jamie Lee Curtis. I was first introduced to her in True Lies. Love that movie so much. I haven't watched it in years, though. And I think she's a fabulous actress. I think she'll kill no matter what she does. And I like the idea of all these big actors they're having for The Mandalorian Season 2 popping up. Speaking of popular actors popping up in Season 2, we know Michael Biehn, who is of Terminator, Alien, Tombstone fame, will be in Season 2, and he is going to be a bounty hunter from the Mando's past. And Making Star Wars has been going kind of back and forth on whether he has a Tombstone-looking outfit or if he looks more like a mud trooper type outfit. They just think that he's wearing a practical bounty hunter outfit. Still no idea whether the guy helps or harms the Mando, but apparently he's going to have a lot of clever lines that play on the movies that he's most famous for being in. So that should be interesting and hopefully not overdone, but I trust John. In other news, Robert Rodriguez of Alita, Battle Angel, and Sin City fame is directing some of the second season of The Mandalorian, and cinematographer David Klein, who you may know worked on True Blood, worked with him, so that's kind of a fun combination. Lastly, on The Mandalorian Season 2, so in my Ahsoka live-action video, I talked about how Ahsoka, for the first time, is going to be live-action, and she's going to be in The Mandalorian Season 2, and we're not sure how small or big the role is, but it does look like it's more of a cameo. But there are now rumors that how she is perceived in The Mandalorian is whether they're going to do a spin-off live-action show with Ahsoka, which I thought was pretty much always going to be their plan since Ahsoka is so loved, but it also just made sense for, okay, she's a Fulcrum agent. So is Cassian. So this is paving the way for her to also pop up in the Cassian Andor series. Okay, she's in the Mandalorian series because, of course, she's alive during this time, and she's working with Sabine to get Ezra back. Well, that's actually what the Rebels sequel is going to be about. And right now, there's no idea whether the Rebels sequel is going to connect to her live-action spinoff, but I guess we'll see. This also is aligned with Bob Iger, who I realize has recently stepped down and shifting to a new CEO of Disney, how he said that they want to take Mandalorian characters that have been introduced in the show and create their own live-action spin-off shows. So this fits perfectly in line with things we've been told for a while now, and I'm all about it as long as they don't fuck up live-action Ahsoka. Don't fuck it up. But actually, let's transition to talking about the Cassian Andor live-action TV series, which of course is a prequel to Rogue One and shows Cassian Andor growing up, being part of the rebellion because he's been in it since he was a little kid. Well, according to Neil Scanlon, who is already working on the show, he talked about how they're going to be reusing a lot of characters from all the films that either got cut because of the editing, or maybe they designed the creature and then decided, okay, we're not going to have this. Which, by the way, I have a video coming out about that for episode 9, some of the creatures they created that they then cut, but that's not important for this video. Sorry. Anyways, he talks about how they're going to take either characters that got cut from all the movies and put them in the Cassian Andor series, or characters that maybe only got a tiny bit of screen time and put them in there so that they're not wasting anything. Also, you gotta realize Neil is big on practical effects and practical creatures, so him taking from all those different films creatures from them, aliens, and putting them in the Cassian Andor series, to me is super exciting. I don't know about you. I also really like minor background characters. I used to have a series on it. I don't think I've updated the series for like a year now at this point, but I love it. I'm really excited for it. And all the little characters they're going to plop from different films into the Cassian Andor live-action TV series. I know for most of you, you just won't give a shit about it, but I do. In super sad news, due to the current issues in our world, the Clone Wars Battle Tales, a mini-series released by IDW Comics, is delayed and won't be coming out in April anymore. However, the author, Michael, talked a bit about it in an interview, explaining that the 5 issues are basically battle tales of the clones that they're telling. And his favorite issue is actually number 4, that deals with the new clone he created, Heater. No idea when those issues are going to come out. They were going to come out weekly in April, but because of everything that's going on, they've been delayed, and apparently IDW doesn't want to even do digital comics. They just want to take a break, step back from it in the midst of all this, which is perfectly understandable. The artwork is so gorgeous that they've released. I'm going to try to put it on my Rawr Instagram if you want to take a look at it, some of the art. I don't know if it's just because I like that sort of style, so to me, it just blows my mind, because I get kind of picky about art, but I really like this. Maybe also because it's colorful and sharp lines and I'm a child. In an old woman's body, of course. Sorry, I wasn't implying I'm young. I know that triggers some people. Oh, still in comics, Star Wars issue number 5, and if you're reading the new run of the main Star Wars comics, you know that it takes place right after The Empire Strikes Back, when Luke's going through a little bit of a rough time, understandably. He had his hand cut off, learned who his biological daddy is. I know, might cause some psychological issues. Well, anyways, issue 5 is going to be a Luke R2-D2 buddy adventure issue, and I'm really excited about it. If you haven't been reading the new Star Wars comic run, this is a great time to start. Again, we're only going to be 5 issues in really soon. It starts right after The Empire Strikes Back. You can read the first run. That's between A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back, and is also really good. I really enjoyed it. I know it's a hit and miss for certain people, but I enjoyed it. I don't know. Is it because I'm a Star Wars shill? Disney, Lucasfilm. Besides that, the art of Rise of Skywalker has been released. I am going to be covering extensively things in that. I'm going to be covering the novelization of The Rise of Skywalker. There's a lot of cool things in there that were not put in the movie just because of cutting and how JJ had to put things together. So a lot of cool information. Make sure you come back for all of that, and also just to nerd out about Star Wars with me, because I have a Star Wars problem. I'm gonna admit it. Literally right over there, if you go out that door and into my bedroom to the side, it's a Star Wars themed bedroom. Don't worry, my mother judges me very harshly for it, just like I'm sure you're doing right now as well.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars videos.